Hey everybody, it's Danny here, and I'm working on this walk-in cooler right now, and there seems to be a problem. The problem is that the lock on the walk-in cooler door seems to be doing nothing, as the door still opens even though that there's a lock in place. So check it out and see what happens. See guys? That's the problem. So I'm going to give you guys a close-up and I will show you guys how to fix it. Okay guys, so here's a close-up of what is happening to our walk-in cooler door. So check it out. Now, the lock here is supposed to prevent the door from opening. But as you can see, it's pretty much useless in this case. As for our door closer, this piece over here keeps leaning back as we open our door. Now the reason why this is happening is because throughout time these screws lose their toughness and lose their grip on the panel itself. Now the reason why this happens is because through staff of this restaurant keep opening and closing this door, this becomes loose, and when this becomes loose, what happens is every time there's some kind of force on this door closer is that this just finds the easy way and just leans back this way. So it angles out and allows the door to open. So look at it one more time. As you can see, it's leaning pretty far back. And then eventually the door just becomes loose. So how you want to fix this problem is, what you want to do is take out the screws, and instead of screws, what we're going to use is we're going to be using carriage bolts. We're going to be using carriage bolts because what we want to do is we want to sandwich this door closer to this whole panel, and that way it is much more heavy duty and the door closer becomes much more fastened to the panel itself, and therefore it would not allow this door closer, the top part, to lean back. So I'm going to go ahead and start with fixing this door closer. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is take off all the screws that hold the door closer in place. Now in this case we are using 1/4 inch carriage bolts just because anything bigger would not fit, would not fit inside our door closer holes that have previously been made by the manufacturer. So I have my 1/4 inch bolt on. It's 6 inch long just because I have to go through the door frame itself, and what I'm going to do is just continue on with these holes that previously been made where the screws were in. I'm going to go on the same hole and this time go all the way through the door frame. Now what you want to do is be careful and try to make your drill be straight as possible. now, check it out. The holes have came through on the other side. Now we have holes on both sides. Now our carriage bolts should hopefully go right through the holes. Perfect. So now what you're going to do is you're going to put our door closer back on. Put our carriage bolts through, like so. Like so. I should mention that it's important that whenever you're drilling, that you want to make the holes around, like the surrounding areas around the hole, as smooth as possible. You don't want any garbage, loose pieces of garbage around these sides. Now, should be smoother. There we go. The last one's always the toughest. Shining some light. sorry about that, guys. I had a little trouble on the last one, but I managed to get it in off the camera. I just had to widen up the hole a little bit, and my last carriage bolt went all the way through. So this is what it looks on the other side. And now the rest is pretty straightforward. All you want to do is get some washers and put them on. That end, the back end, like so. Gonna see if I could find one more. Okay folks, so right now I am almost done with fastening these carriage bolts to the door closer. I'm just going to do some last few turns on these to make it extra tight. You want to make these as tight as possible, so in the future it doesn't become loose. Last but not least, tricked ya. This is the last one. And there we go. We're going to test it out now. See if we need to make any adjustments. Oh yeah, much better, see? Okay, so now we are back outside of our walk-in. First thing I'm going to do is open up the lock, because right now, as you can see, it's not closing. So that's a good sign, actually. I can go ahead and open up my lock here. And now, this is what happens. We have another problem. Now our door is not closing. As you can see, the lip here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but our lip is not going behind our door closer. So what we have to do now is adjust this little bolt right here, and what I'm going to do is push this further out. So just give me a sec. As you can see, it'll be on this side. As you can see, it's still not going behind our door closer there. Now, for the second time, still it's not going. You guys can see here. You guys can see that. Where am I? Here we go. Still not going behind this little roller thing. So, once again, I'm going to adjust it again until I get it right. Okay folks, so this is what your door closer and walk-in cooler door latch should look like once everything is adjusted perfectly. What you want to see is this little door latch tongue just rubbing against this little roller thing on our door closer, which right now is perfect. Just rubbing against each other. That's exactly what you want to see. And another thing you want to see is that there are no gaps between your walk-in cooler door and the door frame, which, as you can see, there are no gaps. And then once you have done that, what you want to do is just test if the walk-in cooler door opens smoothly, which it does, and close it and see if it closes smoothly too. Perfect, everything is snug. And lastly, the reason why I made this video is I'm going to put the lock on and see what happens now to see if the door still opens with the lock on it. So, perfect. I'm pulling as hard as I can, and the walk-in cooler door does not open. Also, as you can see, this door closer here no longer leans back. It is perfectly straight and it's holding its position, no movement. That's exactly what you want to see. So that is how you fix a door closer anytime you have a problem in which your lock is not holding your walk-in cooler door shut.